Welcome back to another week's updates. We hopefully won't skip 423 like we did last week. No one seemed to notice. Okay, except for that guy. We aim to be your trusted source for clear updates and new developments across this impactful 10-mile US 380 expansion project in Denton. The two intersection closures were postponed to the cold weather, and we'll update those timelines with you. Also, will Costco open on February 26th? That and some more exciting overhead shots to explore. As always, buckle up and hit that subscribe button. We're here every week, keeping you informed about the latest changes and what they mean for you. US 380 updates, keeping you informed until the dust settles. Many of you may not know, but part of 380 has already been completed. The section they started on first from Fish Trap to Loop 288 in Denton went from this 7-lane undivided highway with no sidewalk to this 6-lane divided highway with pedestrian sidewalk access. This, along with the new overpasses, will shape the final vision for US 380 and might be the sad yet inevitable end of this channel. Those of you through Naylor or 424 often, you won't appreciate this, but here's the update. Some of the road base and grading materials were moved and added. So again, last week, and this week. On a more serious note, 2931 looking south to Ryan Spiritas. We can see temporary pavement on the north side or eventually the bottom of the screen that will end up needing to be replaced. So, a full shutdown to reconstruct the intersection will be coming later this spring. We have yet to hear any explanation at all as to why this section of roadway has never been completed. So we'll continue to speculate that the master plan community doesn't want the volume of traffic passing through that a backup at 720 would cause at this time. We'll cover again the two upcoming intersection closures now as we move east along the project. This is Paloma Creek North. This will be shut down like many of the other closures we've seen recently. Starting yesterday, February 24th, the north portion has been closed to all north and southbound traffic. This will be closed until what they say is early March. We asked if anyone remembered North PC having closures before, but no one responded, so maybe there wasn't. Either way, we'll show the changes in next week's update. Now, let's talk about Gardenia. The closure here will follow a timeline nearly identical to what we'll see at Paloma Creek North, just trailing by a couple of days. Mark your calendars. Gardenia is set to close starting on the 26th. As we mentioned in our last update, the demolition crew will first wrap up their work at Paloma Creek North before shifting their focus to Gardenia. Once they finish clearing out the old pavement and prepping the site, we can expect construction efforts to ramp up quickly. Heading west, 1385 is making great progress and is nearing the completion of Phase 2. Phase 1 has been finished across the entire project, and as seen here, the south side expansion added a lane, a sidewalk, and proper drainage. Phase 2 is now almost complete, adding another lane and sidewalk with the same drainage improvements. Additionally, several dedicated right turn-only lanes have been extended to improve traffic flow and safety. We got a fast-paced view here at 423, running at close to double speed. Possibly the longest continuous shot we've featured on the channel. There's a lot happening, and it really highlights the scale of progress in this area. On the left side of the screen, you can see crews digging down to establish a solid foundation for the westbound service road. This step might be complete, but drainage testing remains before adding asphalt. Structural work is also moving forward. The pilings and columns for the overpass were completed some time ago, and the next step is finishing the cap placements. This process involves setting rebar cages on top, enclosing them with formwork, and then pouring concrete to create the strong support structure needed for the bridge. With weather delays mostly behind us, expect to see major strides in the coming weeks. Timing is key. Beam placement is scheduled for this week at Teel, following the successful work at Legacy last week. This means we're inching closer to seeing the full shape of the overpass come together. As we move further east, You'll notice continued progress on the westbound service road, where crews are actively grading and laying base layers in preparation for paving. One major change to note. Once completed, there will be no more crossings over 380 until you reach the next traffic signal at Hollyhock. Things are moving quickly here, and we'll keep tracking every step of the transformation. Again, this was a long shot, and we almost made it down past the Children's Hospital. Their support helps keep these updates coming to you. Sign Gypsies. If you're planning a celebration, whether it's a birthday, graduation, or any special event, they've got you covered with custom yard signs that will bring your occasion to life. With vibrant, personalized designs, Sign Gypsies delivers more than signs. They deliver joy. They handle everything from design to setup, so you can sit back and enjoy the fun. Visit signgypsies.com to book today and use promo code 380updates for a free upgrade on your next sign. Terms and conditions apply. This Teel Overpass is looking great, and we'll take a look at the site from west to east before switching over to some additional shots of the beam placement process. As of filming, only 4 more beams remain to be set on this first span. There have been discussions about implementing single-lane closures on 380 to accommodate staging for the beam delivery trucks. However, it's likely that crews determined the base layers of the north side service road are compacted enough to support the weight, allowing work to continue without disrupting main traffic flow. Now the only closures are of Teel itself, scheduled to be closed nightly from the 26th through the 28th. In next week's update, we should see a full overpass rising from the flat Texas landscape. Here are some additional shots of the beam placement from angles you don't typically see while driving on 380. Here at Legacy, heading east, the first thing to notice is the subtle right-to-left slope of the overpass, tilting slightly north. This design aids in drainage while also aligning with the natural flow of traffic. Additionally, the overpass is positioned slightly off-center from the middle of 380, requiring vehicles to make a slight turn when entering or exiting the ramps. This intentional angle helps improve traffic safety by guiding vehicles smoothly along the roadway. We're at the top of the overpass, so we'll turn to the right at about the same height as your car to see what the view of Legacy and Omni PGA is like out there in the distance. Now, making our way back down the east ramp, there's another change that might have gone unnoticed. Here, each span is supported by 12 beams, whereas on the west ramp, there are only 9. It's a subtle difference, but one that plays a key role in the overall structure. A small yet important detail you won't find covered anywhere else. The question is, why are there more on one side than the other? The intersection below is a longer span, and the slope for this east ramp appears to be a bit steeper than the other, requiring more structure stability. That sound means we're on to commercial updates. This new sign for the Fairways office park will kick off our retail portion of this week's update, located at the southwest corner of Teel and 380. We noticed the erosion barrier in the field last week, but it didn't really click that we had a new development coming. There will be 17 units available with individual spaces ranging from 1,400 to 2,000 square feet, appropriately named with PGA just a block away. West a bit and next to Academy Sports, Walmart is really moving quick with their exterior construction. 2 weeks ago, we were just reporting portions of the walls had started, but now we're going to be forced into some math. Rough estimate, but it looks like they're around 60% done with their steel panel decking. Next install for the roof will be an insulation layer. Finally, here we see the crew putting in some serious effort, working hard under the afternoon February heat. They're steadily making their way around the building, moving upwards as they go. With fewer distractions from the drone, they're likely to wrap up their work in no time. Their efficiency and focus are impressive, especially in these tough conditions. Costco officially opens on March 14th, but their fuel center will be opening Wednesday, February 26th. They'll have some tents set up these next few weeks to drive memberships, and they're offering some incentives. Although when I talked to them, they were not at all impressed that I've been updating you all since September about their opening, and I didn't get a cookie or a peek inside. If you talk to them, can you please put in a good word for us here on the channel? Let's double up this update. While there's nothing new to report just yet, we're still keeping an eye on things and making sure you're more than ready when your neighbors start asking questions. Not about what the new buildings will be, but where to find the answers. Send them over to the 380 Updates channel on YouTube. We've been covering this since early 2025, and we'll be here with the latest as soon as things start moving. Someone pointed out that we missed Sprouts in the last update. So here it is, right across from the Kroger we just mentioned. And it looks like it won't be alone. A new strip center is taking shape right next to it, meaning more businesses will be joining the mix soon. We'll keep an eye on it and update you as things progress. Further north in the shot, the wood structure being built is a Montessori school, and in the foreground is a Shell and other restaurants. Did we get all covered? We're a day late, and already some of these updates feel obsolete. We have had some questions about the individual strip center subleases, but those aren't as easy to find. We'll keep trying to get info to you. That's it for this update. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share so your neighbors stay in the know. We'll be back next time with more on the 380 expansion. See you then.